Downtown St. Petersburg, getting ready for a soccer Saturday night. We're at the iconic Al Lang Stadium, home of the Tampa Bay Rowdies, as they host Loudoun United. Welcome inside the booth, everybody. We're thrilled you're here. Drew Felios alongside Ryan Davis. Now, last time we were here 1 week ago, Rowdies had one of their worst performances of the year, a 4-2 loss to Memphis. One of the biggest reasons they weren't themselves, head coach Nicky Law not on the bench. He is back in full force tonight. What type of effect does that have on this club?
True, you nailed it. So often we look at teams on a Saturday or a Wednesday when they play to base the coach's performance. But what about Monday to Friday? Now that Coach Law is back, he's going to remind players of their responsibilities. He's going to motivate their players. As a result of that, they're going to come out with a little bit more bite, a little more motivation, a little more structure and organization now that it's Saturday, because Monday to Friday, his presence was back.
Tampa Bay also thrilled to welcome Forrest Lasso back into the lineup. That back line was simply not itself 1 week ago.
But when you miss players like Aaron Gain and Forrest Lasso together, you have midfielders coming into the back line trying to take up different responsibilities. Now, having Forrest Lasso back, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, by the way, he brings structure and he reminds players of their positioning and takes the pressure off of players because he's the general back there in the back line.
And when you look on that lineup card, may not play that much tonight, but you see Leo Fernandez. His name is back in the 18. Ryan, just the presence of the 2022 MVP. What does it mean?
MVP, you said it. Not only his brilliance on the field, but he's the ultimate rowdy. He's the longest standing rowdy in this group. So his effect off the field, in training, in the locker room, spreads into on the field.
Lots to look forward to here tonight. Rowdies have faced Loudoun 9 times in their history. They've won 7 of those matches. It's Tampa Bay, and it's Loudoun. We've got the kickoff next on ESPN+.
Imagine a company steeped in heritage, innovating into the promise of what the future can bring, like a phoenix helping others find prosperity. Sagicor's brand, the wisdom to help people make solid financial decisions, and the compassion to do good for society and those in need. Life insurance and annuities from Sagicor show your partner, family, and loved ones just how much you care about their financial security. Sagicor, wise financial thinking for life.
¿Puede un seguro médico ayudar a curar la soledad? ¿Puede cuidar a tu mejor amigo también? ¿O tomarte de la mano por 9 meses? ¿Puede estar disponible para ti a las 3 a.m.? ¿Puede estar contigo en cada paso? Nosotros sí lo creemos. ¿Qué más puede hacer un seguro médico para ti? Averígualo.
Where will your new Chevy take you this year? Anywhere. Find new experiences. Find new roads. Get 2.99% financing for 5 years on all 2022 Silverado 1500 pickups, or current competitive owners get $3,000 total cash allowance on this Silverado with a 2.7-liter engine. See your local Chevy dealer.
Just moments away from kickoff. Tampa Bay Rowdies, Loudoun United FC. Sit back, enjoy USL Championship from the Mecca, Al Lang Stadium here in downtown St. Pete. Let's look at the starting lineup for Loudoun United. The keeper is Hugo Fadoux, the Frenchman with 40 saves coming into tonight. We'll also keep an eye on the midfielder, the 10, Chris Hergard, on loan from Charlotte FC. Tommy Williamson also, 5 goals on the year. He's 6'1", covers a lot of ground out of Anaheim, California. And for the Rowdies, we mentioned Lasso is back, but still, Ryan, lots of mixing and matching in this lineup.
Yeah, they're not out of the woods yet. Aaron Gain still on the sidelines, which means Connor Antley, makeshift left back tonight. Jordan Doherty at right back. He can do whatever he wants, Jordan Doherty. Jan Ekra going to be holding the midfield. Inverted winger Josh Perez, lefty on the right. Lacava righty on the left. Charlie Dennis, of course, pulling the strings. And look at those two up front. J.J. Williams, Cal Jennings. 35 goals between the three of them up top.
Lots of questions that can be answered coming into this match as the Rowdies want to make up for what happened last week. You see Connor Antley, bit of a sense of urgency, trying to motivate that huddle. Talked about Lasso and Connor Sparrow, again, who's getting back into his mid-season form. And you look at the visitors, they'll be wearing the red here tonight.
Loudoun United team, so often they recruit highly sort of possession-oriented, highly technical players. And so it allows them to hold the ball for long periods of time, frustrate players, but make no bones about it. They're going to come on the front foot and play open football, Drew. They have nothing to lose in our Lang Stadium tonight, this Loudoun United team.
Had some showers before this game, about an hour before. Right now it's 83 degrees. We've got a light breeze, and we're ready to go. Tampa Bay coming off a midweek victory up at Hartford, and we're underway from Al Lang Stadium. Loudoun United and Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Well, first pass of the game, Drew. Like we said, this Loudoun team going to come on the front foot, come at the Rowdies. The most dangerous person in the room is the person who has nothing to lose. And this Loudoun United team just got X'd out after they lost to Louisville just last week, Saturday. So they're going to come in here playing all the cards, win or lose.
Take a look at the injury report on both sides. For the Rowdies, Hervo's been out all season long. Caputo on that list as well. Nagy, Amua, Martinez are out for Loudoun United, and Aaron Guillen looks like not going to be a part of the action tonight, so a late scratch for the Rowdies. Guillen still trying to get back on the pitch.
Well, make no mistake, every game in this USL Championship is a tight game, but the Loudoun United team, this Rowdies team, feeling they're at home in our Lang Stadium, they can have Aaron Guillen take one more week off and be ready for that doozy next week against Pittsburgh Riverhounds right here in our Lang Stadium for all the marbles in the Eastern Conference.
Charlie Dennis, the outswinger. First corner for the Rowdies. Ball right in front, and Farou's got to dive on it. So early trouble for Loudoun United. And what about the keys to the match?
Well, start on the front foot. The Rowdies cannot afford to sit back and let this Rowdy team get any sort of rhythm. Highly technical players, the guys in red, and if they find their rhythm, get confidence, it could be a long night. Now, like I said with Loudoun, they play with nothing to lose, Drew. Just like you and I do every single weekend. Nothing to lose in the booth tonight, so we're just going to go all guns blazing.
Cal Jennings, he is electric for the Rowdies, puts it in front. Tampa Bay right on the doorstep here in the opening minutes. And that ball was delivered on a platter, perhaps just a little bit wide, as Joshua Perez had a shot at it.
I don't think people realize what an opportunity this was. Cal Jennings again doing the dirty work. Josh Perez gets underneath the ball, Drew, and it skies high, hits the crossbar. That's what you call a tap in at the back post.
Cal Jennings has just been incredible as of late. Did not score in that road match at Hartford. A couple own goals in that match, surprisingly, as Lewis Hilton looked like that he would have gotten on the score sheet, but the ball kind of ricocheted around, and they ruled it an own goal, as well as a late one that appeared to be off the foot of Jennings.
Yeah, Lewis Hilton, but at least seeing the ball get into the back of the net means Lewis Hilton gets confidence, and he's going to continue to build off of that incredible shot from way out on Wednesday to get the Rowdies on the board. So, yeah, that goal from Lewis Hilton is going to unlock the confidence.
So now it's Lasso, spreading it to Antley. Rowdies with those 7 victories, just 1 loss, 1 draw. They've won 7 in a row, though, against this club. Connor Antley mentioned great career with Tampa Bay, his 99th appearance here tonight, so he'll make appearance number 100 in front of the home fans next week in that big match against Pittsburgh. Once again, it's Jennings, and Jennings going to be offside this time. Gal Jennings, 16 goals this season, just one behind the league leaders. Danny Trejo out of Phoenix, 17 goals. Albert Dikwa, 17 as well. Jennings right there.
And didn't look like it at the beginning of the season. Looked a step off, Drew. His shots were ordinary, weren't in the corners, weren't testing keepers when he did have a good look. But as the season progressed, you know, confidence is a heck of a thing for anybody playing sports. He gets that confidence, and it's a completely different Cal Jennings.
Now J.J. Williams on the attack. Williams from that left side. See the attention that he attracts. And the Rowdies will have another corner kick. Well done.
And J.J. Williams, his entire season changed under Coach Collins because he started to defend. He started to press. He started to do the dirty work. And that bled over into his offensive capabilities.
So Charlie Dennis will let it go, and again into the hands of Farouk. Chris Hegart. And now Loudoun attacks from the right side. Harvey Neville from Loan. Out of Inter Miami, they'll put it in front. Nice center, good attempt. That time from the visitors, and they were simply a strike away. It was at the feet of Aiden Rocha.
Well, Connor Antley is a heck of a player, but he gets caught on the outside, Drew. That's a big no-no. Player on the inside of him gets through, finds the gap, and then Aiden Rocha almost capitalizing from a brilliant little ball from Yanis Lemon.
Yeah, we really like the look of Loudoun United. Those red uniforms, they really pop, don't they?
Looks like Bayern Munich in Germany. Very easy on the eyes.
So corner kick coming back from the visitors. Club has not posted 3 points since August 12th. It's been a while. Sparrow elevating over J.J. Williams.
Well, that's the first real touch for Connor Sparrow. Has had a rough go of it the last 5 games or so. Even he will admit has not been in the best form, but getting that first touch like that one is going to do wonders for his confidence and set the table.
That when I mentioned, Ryan, it was against Las Vegas back in mid-August. Loudoun is eliminated from playoff contention, so really absolutely no pressure whatsoever coming into this venue here tonight. Here's Williams tapping it back to Ekra. Sometimes when you're playing a team with absolutely nothing to play for, that's when they play their best, as Williams able to get a piece on the header just wide.
An old coach in basketball said you can't teach height, and J.J. Williams has height. Jordan Doherty just puts it up in the air and the big man goes after it. Look at that, and almost gives the Rowdies a 1-0 lead just off of effort and positioning.
What a year he has had. 11 goals for Tampa Bay. So Rowdies into a flow here in the first 10 minutes. Center circle now. Lasso comes up and he'll get called for the foul. A little physical on Hegart. Quickly Loudoun getting numbers forward. Make the Rowdies play a little defense here in the first half. Once again, send this one across the field. It's Neville. Neville's played some pretty good soccer in his career. On loan from Inter Miami, really helping this young roster, mentoring some of these young players. Air out of it. Bryce Washington also a touch. Rowdies sitting in second place in the East. Coming into this contest again, it seems like they've been trailing Pittsburgh the entire season. Pittsburgh once again in action tonight. We're watching that contest right now with Tulsa.
Here's the shifty Chris Hegart again, coming deep into midfield, winning the free kick. Like you said, Drew, Bob Lilly just has that ability to keep his team hungry, hunting. They've set the tone for this USL Championship in the East all season long, and they still manage to get 3 points week in, week out. What a performance.
And now that's a 2-0 contest. As Sparrow reels it in once again. So Pittsburgh cruising early against Tulsa. Here comes Jake LaCava the other way. J.J. Williams. Everybody touching now. Here's Perez. Perez with a little hesitation. Now in the corner. Ekra and Dennis will settle things for Tampa Bay.
With Josh Perez being a lefty on the right and LaCava a righty on the left, just like Connor Antley, they're going to be looking inside a lot, just like this route, not getting to the byline and crossing, because they're not left footers on the left and right footers on the right. They're called inverted wingers, so they're going to be looking inside to Ekra and Dennis for long periods, and Dennis and Ekra are the ones who are going to have to create something when there's no momentum like this.
You mentioned Bob Lilly, what a legendary coach he is. It's going to be a team really tough to deal with in the postseason, as Jennings a little bit heavy-footed that time, looking for Doherty. But, you know, Lilly's had his ups and downs there in Pittsburgh. It hasn't always been smooth sailing, but now he's got his team, he's got his guys, and that system is working brilliant.
Yeah, they always used to have a hard time conjuring up goals, Pittsburgh Riverhounds, but this year they've been scoring very consistently, and of course they're so well organized, hard to break down, hard to score on. So you bring that combination, you're going to get 3 points more often than not. Talking about hard to score on, Coach Law mentioned that on Wednesday when they went to Hartford, because they were taken apart so easily by Memphis a week ago, playing with 3 at the back, they went to 4 at the back against Hartford, go 4 at the back tonight. He said they wanted to get back to that sort of mantra of being hard to break down. That's why they've gone to the 4-4-2 diamond.
Doherty loses it. You can save money and earn benefits by jumping on board with 2024 Rowdies season tickets today by going to rowdiesoccer.com or calling 727-222-2000. Rowdies season tickets. If you've not been to a Tampa Bay Rowdies game, it is a must-do here under the lights.
Yeah, we actually have soccer royalty in the stands. We will showcase that later on in the broadcast. But yep, Al Lang Stadium is royalty in itself, and we have players from international, from World Cups past in the crowd tonight.
Charlie Dennis. Dennis just seems to play in slow motion, doesn't he? But he is always in firm control when the ball's at his feet. Here's Lasso now. Forrest Lasso looking good. I'd say he's back to 100%.
And a game like this, where he's going to get a lot of touches of the ball, that's also going to ooze confidence as the season gets into the business end.
Perez trying to get to it before the end line. Williams. Ball doesn't get to it. It was cut off in there by Washington. Rowdies will try and keep possession here. Lasso puts it up in the air.
So good to see Jan Ekra, as he matures, gets older, play deeper and deeper in midfield, closer to that back line, where he can orchestrate, he can just play positioning, he doesn't have to chase players around the park. Perfect scenario for this legend.
Antley to LaCava to Williams. Rowdies connecting the dots. Williams comes back and gets it. He'll shoot from distance. It's on the ground, and Farouk able to cut it down.
Well, J.J. Williams, after a long first touch, gathers it back. Right here is a first touch that gets away from him. But unlucky bounce. Good technique in the end to get the shot on goal. But Farouk, right place, right time.
J.J. Williams, what an acquisition he has been for this club. If you had told us at the beginning of the year Leo Fernandez would not play a game, he'd be out for the season, Dayon Harris would only have 1 goal, Aaron Guillem, Forrest Lasso would miss as much time as they have, and other players also would be out. Sebastian Dahlgaard naming another. You would think that the Rowdies would have really a season where they weren't even in contention for the postseason, but here they are, the 2 seed.
But it shows the brilliance of this club. Who did they go get? Carl Jennings, the second leading scorer in USL Championship. J.J. Williams, 11 goals. Charlie Dennis, 11 goals. And both of them, by the way, Dennis and Williams, have more than a handful of assists to go along with those goals. Between the three of them, 38 goals. That is incredible. Talk about filling the gaps. Those three are pulling a lot of load.
So now it's Kleeman. Kleeman certainly happy to have Lasso back next to him along that back line. Sparrow now up to Dennis. This pass going to be cut off here. Jake Morris, former Columbus Crew. And now Loudoun United with possession. 15th minute, scoreless here in downtown St. Pete. Drew Felios, Ryan Davis. Thrilled to have you with us, our phenomenal Rowdies television crew, bringing you Rowdies soccer all season long on ESPN+. It's been another great season, regular season. Once again, winding down. Twitter handles right there. You want to comment on Rowdies soccer, feel free to do so. There's Rocha. Learman. And now connecting with Hosu. This is where Loudoun can be really good. Along that left side here, it's tapped out by Kleeman. And we've got a corner kick on coming.
Well, the centre-back position is all about positioning. It's a really rhythmic sort of area of the field, and Kleeman and Lasso quickly have to continue or rejuvenate that sort of partnership in the middle of the defense. And you can see Kleeman just quick to get to the ball. He anticipated where the pass was going and snuffed it out.
See right there, Abdul Kwanda talking with Ryan Martin, his manager. And it's going to be Harvey Neville, the loaner from Inter Miami. This ball's got some curl to it, and it is just beyond that far post. So you got the wind kind of blowing from left to right, makes it dangerous on those corners.
Yeah, in-swingers are always a little bit testy for goalkeepers. They are the ones who have to come out of their goal and make a play of it. Or as forwards are going to be right on top of them with the ball being played so close to the goal.
Doherty, oh, looked like grabbed him by the neck that time. Jordan fights through it. Williams now switching the point of attack, and this is Connor Antley in his 99th appearance. Jake LaCava attacking. LaCava, nice ball into Antley. He'll send it back. Little chip by Charlie Dennis.
Really want to see Jake LaCava take the Bulls by the horn tonight. He has to have that cut loose moment, Drew. And you want to see him sort of have that confidence to run at people again, take up space, invite players to come onto him so he can lay the ball off to others. I think Jake LaCava, and being a righty on the left tonight, I think is a perfect scenario for him to have one of those evenings.
Again, we're keeping an eye on that Pittsburgh board, cutting the Pittsburgh lead in half. It's 2-1 now.
It ain't over yet.
Well, the Rowdies could certainly lose a trip up here from the Riverhounds as the ball sails over the head of Doherty, because remember, you got that matchup next week. Pittsburgh is here. Rowdies do have to go on the road against Lou City, the final regular season game of the year. Still lots of work to be done.
And needless to say, again, like we mentioned at the Key City match, Loudoun United, nothing to lose in Allang Stadium tonight. Rowdies have to go on the front foot, have to take charge of the game possession-wise and pin Loudoun back and dictate and boss the game in their own park.
Ecker now, middle of the park, gets it to Lasso. Forrest right through the defenders to Antley. Connor trying to turn upfield. Nice little chip there to Charlie Dennis. And here's 14. Charlie Dennis, another big surprise. Jake LaCava, again, just doesn't look comfortable on top of the ball right there.
He's not reacting, he's actually thinking, which slows things down a bit, and that allows the defense to make a play on the ball. When you're reacting, it's a lot quicker. You understand where the run is, where the person's going to be, and you don't have to think about the pass, which gives the defense less time to pick off the pass.
Relax boldly in Tampa Bay. Claim your next adventure at visitTampaBay.com. That's visitTampaBay.com. Rowdies again on the attack. Williams over to LaCava. Goes through his feet and collected by number 19, Landry Hosu.
Now remember, Rowdies still mixing and matching with this formation here. Rowdies usually in Alang Stadium, 3-5-2, two wide players, allowing the Rowdies to play with width. Now they play in a diamond formation. It's a little bit crowded and sort of playing into the hands of this Loudoun team that likes the diamond formation. That's their bread and butter.
Neville. Loudoun wants to play at this pace right here. Possess, keep it away from the Rowdies' weapons, make them chase the entire night, keep them uncomfortable here on their home pitch.
Understand Seb Dalgard, Deon Harris, and Jake Arman, the wide midfielders, still out.
Rocha usually a handful here in this stadium. Haggard taps it out now, and it's Learman, Giannis Learman. Left side, delivered, and again Kawanda cannot reel it in.
Interesting to see how Loudoun reacts to this throw-in. How high are they going to push up and try to force a mistake? And will J.J. Williams and company come back and help Jordan Doherty out with this throw-in?
Jordan Doherty's 100th appearance last week here. Not the result he wanted for the Rowdies. But again, sometimes, as this is blasted right up above Ralph's mob into the stands. You know, they warn fans, always be careful of screaming soccer balls when you sit in that section.
Oh yeah, it is the supporter section and the best seat in the house. You get to hear Ralph's mob, Skyway Casuals, a lot of banter, the drums, smoke, and of course the flying soccer balls.
Cole Turner, take it away. Connor Antley once more. Antley in stride. Cut off that time. It was Neville stepping in front.
Well, there you get to see Connor Antley not in his correct position. He's a left back and he's a right footer, not comfortable running into space again in that area of the pitch. And you can see Neville easily steps in and dispossesses Antley.
23rd minute here. Jake Morris. Send it right. And this one will go out of bounds. Goal kick coming up for Connor Sparrow and the Rowdies. So Connor Sparrow, 9 clean sheets this year. Got his 39th clean sheet on Wednesday in that win against Hartford. Again, went into a little bit of a slump there, Ryan. Was good to see him kind of regain his form midweek.
Getting that clean sheet. Talk about confidence. It's just like the centre-back position, the goalkeeper position, more than anyone else, is all about confidence. And for Connor Sparrow, some of the saves that he pulls off, Drew, is as good as a goal on the other end. That has kept the Rowdies into matches for long periods of time. But has had some defensive lapses, and he would admit as much.
Jake LaCava sends it back. Let me ask you this. Sparrow has played great this year. Had a little bit of a slump there. We didn't see his best for a few games. You as a fan and as someone who follows this team, would you like to see Phil Brino one time this year? Is it worth it if you're Nicky Law, or do you keep your guy that has been in there all season long?
I love the question. I think that question needs to be answered not only on, like we talk about on Saturdays, but what's happening on Monday to Friday? How is Phil Brino playing against Connor Sparrow in scrimmage? You want to see that sort of performance there to make the decision here. But Connor Sparrow certainly has been lights out more often than not for the Rowdies. So I don't think there's enough reason to pull him out of the goal.
Stick with him, absolutely. Jan Ekra loses it. Well, the ball tonight is, of course, the Select Ball, the official match ball supplier of USL Championship and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit SelectSportAmerica.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, players' choice. Williams spreads it wide now to Antley. He'll service one in. Across the box. Rowdies have it, feet of Doherty. Charlie Dennis. Dennis operating in traffic. And again, just that final touch. Right to the opposition. Thomas Williamson now handling it. The Rowdies making it difficult to clear. Doherty, here it comes. Williams! One of those vintage headers was on the way. Didn't get enough of it.
Jordan Doherty's technique is so good. He had a half second to whip that in, and he got his foot right around it and played it beautifully into that corridor of uncertainty.
Doherty again. And the Rowdies take a deep breath here. 25 minutes in, looking for their first goal. Jan Ekra. And now it's Kleeman. Dennis Salasso.
Now, Drew, when it comes to here, because Connor Antley's on a natural left footer, looks inside right here.
Here's Connor using that athletic ability to get position. Panezzo looked like he was knocked down from behind. Will play on, though. Officials letting both teams be a bit physical.
Well, Drew, we talked about soccer royalty in Alang Stadium. Asamoah Gyan, the captain, former captain of Ghana. 3 World Cups under his belt, and American fans will know the duels that Ghana and the US has had in 2010 and 2014. Yes, he scored in 2010. Landon Donovan also scored in that match. And there he is. He has a training session in the Tampa Bay area, and crowds are coming from all over to be a part of it. And of course, he's in Alang Stadium to see the Rowdies.
Sort of been the talk of the Rowdies franchise all week long. Great to have him.
I wonder if Ryan Heflick brought a contract with him, just for him to get on the field for a couple of minutes. Relax, so? Ryan, yep.
Bet you he's still got plenty left.
Ryan is shrewd. Of course he's going to walk with that contract.
Andrew Osu playing it forward now for Loudoun. Kleeman defending. Go right at him. Try and whip in. Here it comes. And it was at the head of Rocha. He just couldn't do anything with it. A little off balance. That time flying through.
Poor Connor Antley. He has to wave to his keeper and apologize. Caught completely out of position at the back post. Beautiful run by Haggard, cutting inside. And a little dink to the far post, but Connor Antley was buying a snow cone up at the half line.
Yeah, the way that ball was delivered, I don't think Antley had any idea that he could pull off a pass like that. Again, speaking to the quality of a team, league powerhouse, but they still have players with incredible skill.
This is what they recruit. They recruit these highly technical players, and they play this sort of short passing game in the middle of the park. Remember, there used to be that bloodline for DC United. So understand that these players that they still have with them on their roster, these skilled players. And there's Ryan Martin, incredible coach pulling the strings. He oversaw the youth system for DC United since 2017. He helped build FC Cincinnati MLS team from the ground up, that roster. That's how talented Ryan Martin is. So he knows exactly what he has on the field.
Just the second head coach in Loudoun United history. Started that academy 2017. Spent a lot of time at Wake Forest University too, in collegiate soccer. He certainly has a plan for Loudoun. Some talk too that they would be leaving USL Championship, but it looks like that they will be playing in this league for years to come. New ownership there has taken over. The Greg Baroni Group, Attain Sports. Good to see Loudoun doing their thing. Charlie Dennis now with Jan Ekra. Kleeman. Williams again
Beautiful.
Williams being double teamed, sending one. Ball comes off, and it is sent back in, and it's Jennings on the rebound. How did he get there?
We're going to have to chalk this up for assist for J.J. Williams. It's not going to go down in the books, but he created everything here, Drew. Confidence, bravery. He took players on. Look at this. Took 2 players on, all the weak at left foot. Technique, great save by Farrow. And you cannot give Carl Jennings any daylight, any angle, anything in this moment in time. He will score it. And these two yet again combined for another Rowdies goal. What a story.
When you take a look at that replay, it did not look like Jennings had any sort of an angle to get a shot off. But he manages to do it, and now tied for the league leaders. Watch the angle that Jennings is at after this shot by Williams ricochets.
As a right footer as well, no angle to work with. Wow.
And had to do it with a defender in front of him.
Can do no wrong. If anybody's getting married this weekend, have Carl Jennings come to the wedding, you'll be blessed. That's the sort of form he's in.
17th goal of the year for Carl Jennings. This ball is intercepted. And now look out, Jennings again. Comes off his foot and fielded by Fadul.
Well,
Carl Jennings is a player, Ryan, that, you know, it's may not be a coincidence. As soon as Nicky Law took over the Rowdies, Jennings's play just started to go into orbit. And that's nothing against Neil Collins. We love Neil. We'll always miss him.
Neil Collins actually recruited Carl Jennings.
Absolutely. But this guy here, Nicky Law, and just his way, his demeanor has done incredible things for number 26. This ball deflected. Nicely done, Jan Ekra. Jake LaCava trying to get to it. Loudoun trying to answer the Rowdies' goal. Jake Morris. Neville. Lasso trying to clear it for Tampa Bay.
Well, like you said, you know, Nicky Law is going to bring his own ingredient into the soup, Drew. And I think that ingredient allows players to express themselves a little bit more leeway. And I think that's what Carl Jennings needed. Nicky Law was an expressive type player, a midfielder, which he allowed. He played with a little bit more sort of bravado. And I think Carl Jennings is that type of player as well. Everyone remembers that Nicky Law goal just a year ago in Al Lang Stadium. Well, Carl Jennings is the goal scorer, a hunter of goals, and he has to be allowed to make mistakes and allow confidence to come and go. And he has full support of his coach.
So now here's Loudoun. Working just outside that 18-yard box, Jake Morris. Now a factor for the team in red. Hegard trying to service one across the field. Jake LaCava will clear it for the Rowdies.
Well, not so often you're going to see Jake LaCava coming all the way back, but that's the position he's playing today. In a diamond midfield, he's going to be the left of the diamond. He has to come all the way back and track the runners. So yes, you would like to see LaCava get going offensively, but sometimes when you pick up your marks and you pick up your responsibilities defensively, it can then transfer to your offensive game. Just ask J.J. Williams how his season has turned around.
The USL celebrating Hispanic Latino Heritage Month with stories, events, and more, bringing to life this special celebration across the league. Go to uslsoccer.com/Hispanic-heritage to learn more. See these shirts across the stadium. Somos Rowdies.
Love it. Whatever happened to Rowdy coin? I bought a couple of those things.
Remember that?
I do, yeah.
Still hoping it's worth a fortune one day? Probably is.
Probably is.
Freddie Klayman. 1-0 the score. Rowdies on the board, courtesy of another awesome goal by Cal Jennings. Send this one right at the feet of Neville. Neville. And far post with it. And it's across the field and out of bounds.
What an opportunity. Neville had Williamson yawning at that back post, and he clipped it in just about a foot ahead of the number 9. Yep, hands on hips. He had a clear chance. He had some space to work with at that back post. Williamson, of course, 5 goals this season. He's the leading scorer on the field for Loudoun United.
Skill certainly there for this Loudoun club. Chemistry, not always there. J.J. Williams now hands it to Jordan Doherty.
Rowdies not playing in their traditional wide formation like a 3-5-2 or 3-4-3. Consequently, they've given up possession. Loudoun have had 60% of the possession, while Rowdies have had 40%.
Here's Farouk. He'll let it go. Tampa Bay will control once again.
Well, goals change matches, Drew. Now that the Rowdies have that first goal, yes, the intensity is there. Yes, they want to be on the front foot, but they're not as panicked. They have a little bit more sense of calm on the ball, as Josh Perez is about to express himself.
Perez gets this run going. LaCava goes left. Jake LaCava pushed all the way to the end line. Jake LaCava and Leo Fernandez, the dynamic duo from a year ago.
First time we see Josh Perez sort of cut loose in the middle of the park. Cut right across, got the ball to LaCava. And that's what an inverted winger can do. With that left foot coming in from the right, like Perez.
See that wind. Now off the foot of Dennis. Charlie Dennis puts it in front. LaCava battling for it. See some tugging going on there. Oh, they're going to call LaCava. He was the one who was actually grabbed that time. That's a bad call.
Jake LaCava coming all the way back, trying to pick up his defensive responsibilities. And you can see Hergart trying to borrow LaCava's shirt. I think the referee missed that one.
Learman for Loudoun. Rowdies now just kind of sitting back just a bit. Mention Leo Fernandez available tonight for Tampa Bay. That is a huge story. We'll talk more about that coming up at halftime as Williams gets it going again for Jennings. Jennings, stopping on a dime. Trying to get a shot off here, surrounded by red jerseys. Was looking for Perez. It was entertaining, wasn't it?
Love the trickery and just the change of direction. Stopping on a dime and just switching to the next side. Defenders having a hard time. Looks one way, comes back the other, then comes back again. And the pass was just we got a deflection there. That was from Cole Turner.
Now it's Neville. Playing along that right side. Neville sending one on the ground. Lasso not going to take any chances. Well, tonight it is dog night at the park. We had some beautiful animals in the stadium here tonight. Just adorable.
Some of the best Rowdy fans you'll find.
Do I want a dog so badly? My brother has one. Wish I had enough time at home to give it the care it deserves. Ryan, do you have a dog? Does your family?
I have a little guy called Finn at home, and he is an incredible dog.
Love it.
So, yep, we're blessed.
Rocha. Neville. Got his Learman again. Again, not a lot of firepower in this lineup. Thomas Williamson, the number 9 tonight for Loudoun, comes in with 5 goals. And that's the lead scorer on this Loudoun side, so not a lot of options for the team in red. Jennings again with Williams. Oh, open is LaCava if they can get it to him. Here's Jake in stride. Goalie comes way off his line. Jake had one man to beat. Gotta love the effort.
J.J. Williams and this Farouk grabbing the ball. That has got to be a yellow card on the goalkeeper. A fantastic tackle on Jake LaCava. He got all ball. But when he went to retrieve the ball, Farouk, he was supposed to leave it for the Rowdy player. Here's this fantastic anticipation off the line. Great tackle by the Frenchman. But when he goes out, he takes the ball and throws it down to the corner flag. And I think Forrest Lasso is trying to remind him of what just happened. But it looks like the referee's had a little bit of short-term memory problems here. No, here he goes. He's coming across to Farouk. And there's the yellow card for time wasting.
So better late than never, as Jonathan Belinsky is our referee tonight. A little discussion there with Cole Turner, and here's one more look.
I thought J.J. Williams took a little too long to really start pass, and when he did, it allowed Farouk to anticipate the pass. And he got there in time. The only thing is, he wanted to take the ball with him.
So first yellow card dished out to Farouk. The Frenchman's been under fire since the start. And the Rowdies now with Antley throwing it in. Finally, it's Ekra. Ekra surrounded. And look at Williams. Williams is so tough on the ball. Taking a pounding there, but standing toe-to-toe amidst the pressure.
Now, don't want to get too... This is, I think, is a blatant yellow card. He loses the ball here. He just takes a swipe at J.J. Williams. And has to be thankful not to go into the referee's book, Jake Morris. No effort to play the ball. Just a little bit of frustration on his end. A little bit of ice on J.J. Williams' ankles tonight.
So now Charlie Dennis.
A chance for Forrest Lasso to get on the end of one. Dennis has to play this ball by the penalty spot, and it's going to drift to the last post where Lasso is.
You know, the other player, when we were talking about the Rowdies not being at full strength this year, we talked about Leo Fernandez, Lasso, and all the injuries they've had, but Lewis Hilton, another guy that's been gone for most of the year, the engine on this team. He's not in the 11 tonight. And again, another guy that the Rowdies have managed to still do without as best as possible.
So glad you brought that up. Look at the 100 player club right there. Leo Fernandez, Lewis Hilton. We have Jordan Doherty. We have Connor Antley at 99 tonight. So many players. This group of players that the Rowdies have built and built around the 100 player club. That's why they're always in the top 2 in the East. That's why they're always in the discussion for the USL Championship. So Doherty and Lewis Hilton getting their 100th cap on Wednesday night.
See what's coming up at halftime. Making a short trip to the refrigerator. We got lots to talk about. Down the stretch they come. We'll size up the Rowdies' chances as they head into the postseason. Go around the league, look at the standings, talk about the contenders, maybe some of the pretenders as well, and have highlights and stats from the first half.
Maybe sing a song. Maybe. That's just a tease. We're not sure. Drew's been teasing it all night.
If there was one song that you could karaoke to, do you know what it would be?
Faith, George Michael. Easy.
Okay.
Not even blinking.
Okay. Maybe one day we can get that on tape, and that'll be our halftime feature.
We don't want to turn it into that comedy show, Drew.
We don't want to lose viewers either.
Exactly.
Now LaCava with Williams. Jake LaCava. This ball bounces up onto the feet of Lasso. Charlie Dennis sizing things up as well. It's been a fluid first half. Not going to have much stoppage time here as Williamson trying the counter for Loudoun. And that is just deflected by Lasso. Thank goodness that could have been a goal.
Well, you want to know why Forrest Lasso is a 3-time defensive player of the year in the championship. All about positioning. Williamson had him on the run. He covered all the angles. So there's no chance his goalkeeper will get a shot on or have to receive a shot.
Yeah, Forrest Lasso, just him being back there tonight, such a difference from what we saw last week. Rocha will do this once more here.
Well, the ball, a piece of the ball has to be over the line, or the sphere of the ball has to be over the line. And looks like the linesman said the ball was not on the line, it was in the green area, and they have to do it over again.
Rocha. Bit of an angle there. Right side. It's Neville. Neville's had several opportunities in this first half. As it's off the head of Kleeman. And you see the 2 minutes extra time here in half number 1.
I love what Loudoun are doing, playing short corners quickly and trying to find the angle to whip it in. We don't want to just cross the ball into the trees where Lasso and Kleeman are waiting. We want to play it short, get a better angle, and see if they can get something through there for their forwards.
Neville going the wrong way. Now it's Learman. Cal Jennings' goal, the difference in this matchup thus far. Loudoun again sneaking into the box, trying to get a shot off Kleeman at the very last moment from behind. Now circling, it's Williamson. Well, Williamson's going to want that one back. That was a one-timer delivered to his feet.
Well, viewers, you want to applaud Cal Jennings. What about Kleeman? That was a shot dead red on goal that will more often than not find itself in the back of the net. He got his foot out and prevented the shot. That's as good as a goal on the other end, Joe.
Morris, little floater, handball should be. It will be. Hegart just could not control it. So Rowdies dodged another bullet there. That was probably the best possession of the night thus far for Loudoun.
Yeah, that was a beautiful ball into Hasu Landry, who has a goal this season and 2 assists. But this man, Kleeman, stopped a certain shot on goal. And it was dead red in front of corner Sparrow.
See Williams, Rowdies trying to get one more opportunity off. Jennings spinning again. Oof, taken down. More physical play here. And that will do it for the first half. Cal Jennings, marked man here for the Rowdies. Nobody able to slow him down. Nicky Law back in the building. Rowdies fans loving seeing him on the bench. Tampa Bay with Williams and Jennings and Dennis. 1-0 the score. To halftime we go. Stay with us, everybody.
What happens when a company puts health solutions at the center of everything it does? At Florida Blue, Tai Chi happens. Nurse visits happen. This happens. A nutrition class happens. Answers to your health insurance questions happen. And a healthier you happens. So come by your local Florida Blue Center and experience health solutions at the center.
Get ready, get set, get check. It's just that easy to sell your car with MorganBuysCars.com. First, visit MorganBuysCars.com and tell us a bit about your car. Next, receive an express cash offer online. Then, schedule an appointment at one of our 14 convenient locations to pick up your check. Plus, we'll beat anyone's offer on your vehicle, or we'll give you $500. So, get ready, get set, and get checked. Online at morganbuyscars.com.
Welcome, everybody, to the Visit Tampa Bay Halftime Show. Visit Tampa Bay, where treasure awaits. Welcome inside the booth. Drew Felios alongside Ryan Davis. The Rowdies with a 1-0 lead over Loudoun United. Pretty good half by the visiting side. Rowdies, though, playing well. Had a few chances for Loudoun, but Cal Jennings, once again, just playing on another level.
Yeah, J.J. Williams as well. He created that shot. Great save by Farrow. Of course, a rebound, but that angle was impossible. Only Cal Jennings with this type of form could get a goal like that.
This late in the season, we're constantly keeping an eye on the standings. Right now, Rowdies, the #2 team in the East, sitting just behind Pittsburgh Riverhounds. At last check, Pittsburgh a 2-1 lead over Tulsa. You just have a feeling that this Eastern Conference title is going to go through Charleston, Pittsburgh. Those are the teams, Ryan, we could see.
But you also mentioned Tulsa. They're 1 point behind Detroit City. They have everything to lose tonight as well. They're going to scratch and scrape against Pittsburgh. And of course, Pittsburgh hearing footsteps with the Rowdies right behind them. And that big match next week.
Certainly been an interesting season for the Rowdies. No Leo Fernandez this year. Lewis Hilton has not played most of the year. The Rowdies have found goals, though. This guy has been a gem of a find.
Yeah, anywhere on the pitch now, he's so confident taking players on. First opportunity goes to Josh Perez. He gets under it. But Loudoun United, Connor Antley caught out of position, not for the first time, and won't be the last time, Drew, in this half. Haggart again, Connor Antley, nowhere to be found at the back post. And what an opportunity that was for Loudoun.
Loudoun United looking for that difference maker. Rocha can't make it happen there. J.J. Williams, look at this, ricochets off. Does Jennings have any kind of angle? How does he put this one in?
Nothing to work with. Again, a shot by J.J. Williams was incredible. Farrow got to his feet, but somehow Jennings, just so quick and decisive, gets it into the back of the net, and that's the difference maker so far in this first half.
1 year ago, Jennings was playing with Vegas. Rowdies signed him in the offseason. We knew there was an opportunity for him to become a star here in Tampa Bay, and he has done just that. So 1-0 the lead after 45 minutes and change. It's dog night here at Al Lang Stadium. We're also celebrating Latino Heritage Month. 1-0 your score. We'll be right back.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
1-0 the score here tonight. Tampa Bay Rowdies at the half leading Loudoun United. Cal Jennings scoring his 17th goal of the season. Welcome back to our Visit Tampa Bay halftime show. Drew Felios alongside Ryan Davis. If I had to ask you to point one thing that has really stood out here in this second half, what would that be?
In the second half?
In the first half,
In the
excuse
first
me.
half, I think Connor Huntley and Jordan Doherty being out of position.
Okay.
You can see Loudoun United creating opportunities just by them not knowing where to be positionally. And guys are creeping through the crevices and getting in behind, and Lasso and Kleeman of having to clean up. So I think that's a bit of a Achilles heel right now for the Rowdies.
The Rowdies with so many interchangeable parts, they pull it off brilliantly. Great chemistry makes that happen. Let's take a look at some news and notes now from around the league. Stories we are following. USL Championship welcomed its 2 millionth, that's right, 2 millionth fan this season. Happened Wednesday night, the Detroit City contest. The league has experienced over 33% growth in attendance since the season of 2 years ago. Pittsburgh Riverhounds on track to secure the Players' Shield, the best overall regular season record for the first time in club history. Pittsburgh just having a marvelous campaign. The top 5 power rankings as well. Notice the Rowdies no longer in that top 5. That was after the loss to Memphis last week.
Yeah, after that tough loss to Memphis. Remember, this Rowdies team is banged up, and Memphis, flying high, came into our Lang Stadium, made the most of their chances, and took 3 valuable points.
Certainly, Memphis left a mark. As we look now at our team of the week, and look here, Rodrigo da Costa. No surprise, on the team of the week, he's our player of the week, a hat trick last week at Al Lang.
Yeah, Rowdies players are waking up in the middle of the night thinking about da Costa after that hat trick. Took full advantage of every opportunity he got after his team, who pressed high, won the balls, and delivered to his feet. He delivered for them, and of course, on the player of the week.
Also notice the name Kennardo Forbes. We're going to deal with him in 1 week here at Al Lang, leading Pittsburgh. There's our scores. Pittsburgh leading FC Tulsa in the second half by a 2-1 count. Indy 11, Seba Gwenzati, Wantahata 1-0 over Detroit City. Scoreless Miami and Hartford. Same thing with Memphis and Birmingham Legion. Those games just underway. New Mexico and Lou City, also El Paso and Charleston. Those teams facing off
Charleston
as well.
just 1 point behind the Rowdies. All eyes on that game. Memphis, Birmingham, posturing in the East. Huge matchups tonight.
So much great soccer to look forward to as the regular season winds down here in downtown St. Petersburg. Final home regular season game next week against Pittsburgh. That is going to be a doozy. Rowdy still with business here. 1-0 the count over Loudoun United. The second half is next.
Where will your new Chevy take you this year? Anywhere. Find new experiences, find new roads. Get 2.99% financing for 5 years on all 2022 Silverado 1500 pickups, or current competitive owners get $3,000 total cash allowance on this Silverado with a 2.7-liter engine. See your local Chevy dealer.
¿Puede un seguro médico ayudar a curar la soledad? ¿Puede cuidar a tu mejor amigo también? ¿O tomarte de la mano por 9 meses? ¿Puede estar disponible para ti a las 3 a.m.? ¿Puede estar contigo en cada paso? Nosotros sí lo creemos. ¿Qué más puede hacer un seguro médico para ti? Averígualo.
Get ready, get set, get check. It's just that easy to sell your car with MorganBuysCars.com. First, visit MorganBuysCars.com and tell us a bit about your car. Next, receive an express cash offer online. Then, schedule an appointment at one of our 14 convenient locations to pick up your check. Plus, we'll beat anyone's offer on your vehicle, or we'll give you $500. So, get ready, get set, and get checked. Online at MorganBuysCars.com.
Welcome back to our Visit Tampa Bay halftime show. Visit Tampa Bay, where treasure awaits. Back here in the booth, Drew Felios, Ryan Davis. Thanks for sticking with us here through halftime. All right, Ryan, we asked you about the first half. Now the second half, if there's one element that the Rowdies are going to have to really focus on to get 3 points in this contest, what would that be?
I think they have to stay more compact, but they have two midfielders playing on the wide fullback positions. They want to get forward. That's their natural tendency. They're going to have to stick closer to Lasso and Cleman, stay compact, and have Loudoun go around them rather than in between them to get those legit opportunities in the second half.
Loudoun played fairly well in that first 45 and change. Let's take a look at those stats here at the half. And Ryan, what numbers stand out?
Well, 7 shots to 5, and you have to credit J.J. Williams and Cal Jennings for having a go and putting pressure on Furrow. But what about possession for Loudoun? 54%. We talked about the technical ability of these Loudoun midfielders and defenders, which allows them to come on the road in our Lang Stadium and hold 56% bit of the possession in the first half. Corners pretty even, yellow cards just one to Loudoun United, but so far that one goal from Cal Jennings, the difference maker. Other than that, Drew, it's all been even, Steven.
So the Rowdies come back on the pitch here, getting ready for the second half. That wind has certainly been a factor here tonight. Cal Jennings, Jake LaCava, Charlie Dennis, Freddie Kleeman, Connor Antley. Great to see Forrest Lasso, and you really see Connor Antley. He has taken over more and more of that leadership role. Of course, with Lewis Hilton not on the field yet tonight, someone's got to do it. He seems to be that guy right now. Family fun to be had tonight at this beautiful soccer venue. Loudoun United looking for their first victory since August the 12th. A 3-0 win over Las Vegas Lights. Win's hard to come by for Loudoun, though, this year. The win before that was a win over Hartford. That was back on July the 3rd.
You know, it's always going to be hard to find wins. They've conceded 55 goals in their USL campaign this year, which makes it almost impossible to keep coming from behind. We always talk about how goals change matches, so when you're on the back foot like Loudoun is most of the time, it's hard to get wins.
Second half underway. So the Rowdies now moving from left to right. And for the Rowdies, one substitution to make note of. As we take one more look here, Charlie Dennis taken down from behind. Loudoun getting very physical. Sebastian Dahlgaard has come on. Josh Perez is done for the night. So 23 for 98.
Well, that's going to be a right midfielder, but it's going to allow Seb Dahlgaard, being a righty on the right, to deliver crosses into the box. And well, actually, you know what? They're going to play him on the left-hand side, Drew. And they've switched the formation to a 3-5-2 with Connor Antley back to his natural right wing-back position. Dahlgaard at left wing-back. I think Nicky Law saw enough of his full-backs being pulled apart. That's a brilliant delivery by Furrow, by the way.
So Williamson get in the air for Loudoun. Now it's Jake Morris. Morris turning it upfield, sending it forward. A little bit behind his teammate, though, and gathered in by Jordan Doherty. Connor Antley leading the charge for the Rowdies. Look out, Cal Jennings. That's a late whistle right there. I believe they got him on the handball, it appears. Yes.
Yeah, Cal Jennings, no chance he's going to get away with that one. Linesman right on top of it. So the Rowdies with Antley at right wing back, Dahlgaard at left wing back, Charlie Dennis and Jan Ekra in centre midfield, Jake LaCava playing out to the left. So it's a 3-4-3 with Cal Jennings and J.J. Williams as well. And of course, the three at the back is Kleeman, Lasso, and Jordan Doherty.
Landry Hosu. Dennis Learman. Loudoun just trying to hang in. Have a shot at this late. Rocha now maneuvering. Come near side. Feet of Kawanda. Here's a blast by Hosu. And we're going to have offside call. So again, Jonathan Walensky right there. We should take a look at Chris Hegart.
You know, you don't mind that, Drew. Ryan Martin wants an aggressive team. He wants a team that will take risks and ask the question. That's exactly what Loudoun do. Minute after minute, they always put you under pressure. And yes, that was offside, but you like the inventiveness from this Loudoun team. Just to remind our viewers, this is just the second time under Nicky Law that the Rowdies actually have a full bench. That is what the injury situation has looked like for the last 2 months in this organization. There's a quick turn from Dalgard. The Great Dane is full of tricks.
See a lot of holding going on tonight from Loudoun. Tugs of the jersey, tugs of the shoulders from behind by the arms.
That's just like just being out of position so often. You end up tugging and pulling. The Loudoun United are in the top 3 for yellow cards.
Oh, look at this run. A little 1-2 with Antley now right side. Antley pulls it back. Defense response for Loudoun, getting back quickly. Jan Ekra over to Kleeman. Sebastian Dahlgaard, 5 assists on the year for Tampa Bay. Second behind J.J. Williams, who was the leader with 7. Just something when you got Williams, a big man like that. 7 assists for him. Comes over, taps it that time. Can't get a hold of it though. And Lasso comes up as the safety valve once again.
Yeah, J.J. Williams has used that target man mentality to lay balls off, hence the reason for 7 assists.
Here comes Tampa Bay once more. A little zigzag. Williams shot straight on by Dennis over the crossbar, and was that deflected? Should be. Rowdies should have a corner here. Dennis pleading for it.
Well, Seb Dalgard full of tricks. He has Neville in between 2 hamburger buns, and he just ate him alive. And this one, you can hear the sound. And Charlie Dennis still going over to the linesman asking, how did you miss that one?
So Charlie Dennis now the in-swinger. Again, got a nice wind blowing his way. Should fare well for the Rowdies. Line drive, here it comes to the head of Williams. So the target was hit, just could not redirect it.
Well, they're going to say J.J. Williams got the last touch. This one, beautiful in-swinger to the near post, and maybe, maybe not. That was so hard to see. So the referee quite rightly leaning towards the defensive team.
Don't miss a minute of the action in 2023, whether your club's on the road or at home. Catch nearly every second of USL Championship action on ESPN+, the home to the USL, the MLS, La Liga, Bundesliga, UFC, and more. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com.
Somehow Kleeman gets called for this free kick. Not sure what or why he was penalized. Nicky Law is asking what's going on.
Now it's Cole Turner. Rowdy's able to gather it in the center circle. Williams. And now Jordan Doherty. Loudoun defense has given the Rowdies some fits here in this game thus far. Tampa Bay with another corner, and it'll likely be Dennis.
Well, Kawanda anticipating that cross from Jordan Doherty just as he's about to deliver it. Uses his slide tackle. As every coach says, stop the delivery, stop the cross. Don't put the pressure on your center backs, and Kawanda did exactly that.
Charlie Dennis has been devastating on set pieces this year. Here comes another, goes far post with it. Rowdies will have another chance.
Well, the 2 trees got stuck on one ball. It was Kleeman and Lasso. A little bit of a high five as they try to work it out. So important to get your centre backs on the score sheet.
How about Forrest Lasso wearing that captain's armband tonight?
Well deserved.
Dennis. Oh, Williams, the keeper came out, was just flying into no man's land. Goal was wide open there, Ryan.
Good delivery. Keeper Furrow decided to go for it, but didn't get there. That is a cardinal sin by the keeper. But maybe it was just enough to throw J.J. Williams off.
Is that the rule #1 for a keeper? If you're coming out like that, you better get there.
You have to get there. Need to remind Rowdies fans, Connor Sparrow gave up one a couple of games ago. He came out, didn't get there. Rowdies lost it. Same thing with Furrow just now.
Rowdies settling now here in the 54th minute. A goal up on Loudoun. Again, Loudoun only 7 victories this year. Watching them play, though, trying to put their best performance together here tonight. No pressure on this team whatsoever. Would like nothing less than to thwart the Rowdies' plans to move up in the seeding. Nice run here for Loudoun. On the attack, into the box, trying to get a shot squared up. Lasso again on the ground, able to break things up.
Well, lovely interchange between Landry and Jake Morris. But the Rowdies team was compact through. They held their marks, knowing that Morris had to come inside on that left foot to get that shot off. And again, Forrest Lasso playing the angles.
So now it's Jan Ekra. Rowdies trying to dig it out of danger. Tampa Bay, about this time, like to let you know who is available for the Rowdies to come off the bench. Lewis Hilton available. Jake Arman is also, that's a good sign. He is often injured. Sebastian. Said Dahlgaard in the game right now that he has already entered. Ariel Martinez. And of course, Lucky M. Kosana, and we mentioned Leo Fernandez. Again, just his presence in the 18. And what that has done for the morale, and I guarantee you players have watched Leo work all season long in practice. We've been to the practice facility, the training facility. He's on the bike, he's in the weight room, he's there all day, never a day off.
From day one, Drew, from day one with the cast on his foot, he showed up to every practice, he showed up to every game. He couldn't wait for the cast to come off to jump on the bike. He got on the bike, then he was allowed to play scrimmage, then he was allowed to play contact. The journey for Leo Fernandez has been incredible. What a leader.
Tapped out by Jennings. Now Kwanda has it for Loudoun. And Lewis Hilton set to enter for the Rowdies. He'll replace Jan Ekra here in the next set ball.
Well, understand, Lewis Hilton is not one of those spark plugs off the bench. He's a rhythmic player. And this man deserves a round of applause. He can play anywhere, Drew. He can park a car, he can do your taxes, he can play right back, center midfield. Anything you want, Jan Ekra can deliver. But Lewis Hilton has enough time, 34 minutes, to get into the game, find his rhythm, get his groove going. So he'll continue into that match next week against Pittsburgh.
I expect with the addition of Hilton here, the tempo offensively is just going to pick up for the Rowdies. We'll wait and see. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh now 3-1, the lead over Tulsa. So Pittsburgh looks like the Riverhounds going to pick up another 3 here tonight.
Looks like going to be a yellow card. It's going to be Kleeman just hurling himself into Hergott. Looks like the referee put the card back in the pocket to the delight of Clement.
I would not want to question Jonathan Belinsky. Would not want to get into it with him. He is one of the more physically imposing officials in this league.
I would also not want to do a push-up competition with him as well. Well, Rowdies attacking the supporter section. This is where Ralph's Mob and Skyway Casuals make some noise.
Set dog guard.
You can hear the drums beating, and the players start to get a little bit more excited, play a little quicker, more decisive. And there they are. There's Seb Dalga just absorbing the contact. Knew exactly where Jake Morris was. So we see Lewis Hilton, Charlie Dennis usually deliver these, but now Lewis Hilton is on the pitch. He's a right-footed Drew, so this ball is going to come right into Faro's living room, which is going to allow Forrest Lasso at the back post to get right up into that 6-yard box.
Here it comes from Lewis Hilton. Ball is, just off. Nearly found a place in the back of the net. About a foot right.
Another teasing delivery from the man from England. Right into Faro's living room, like we said. Faro has to make a play on it. Can't get there, Drew, and there's Forrest Lasso in the 6-yard box.
Rowdies have peppered Loudoun with set pieces here in this second half. Here's another. Just have the feeling Loudoun hanging on by a thread here. Dalgard trying to break up this counter. The visitors getting numbers forward. Here's Hegart. Targeting Williamson. A big 6'2" frame. Sending it out now. Cole Turner. Trying a little give and go here. Hegart handles Jake LaCava chasing for the Rowdies.
Well, great job by the Rowdies, getting back defensively, holding their marks, staying compact. Because this team likes, in their diamond formation, likes to come through the middle, Loudoun. But the passing lane seems to be closed up with now J.J. Williams, Carl Jennings, and Jake LaCava stepping into those passing lanes.
So Loudoun continuing to find feet. Trying to cross it in on the ground. Ball briefly gets through, and it's cleared immediately for the Rowdies. You can relax boldly in Tampa Bay by claiming your next adventure at visitTampaBay.com. That's visitTampaBay.com. You know, what would our Rowdies sponsorships be over the last several years without visitTampaBay.com, the most beautiful place in the state of Florida to come on vacation?
I kind of just want to walk out of the booth and walk down to visitTampaBay.com and say, all right, just point me in the next direction. Where do I need to go? Yeah.
St. Petersburg, Clearwater, Indian Rocks Beach, Reddington.
All right, Indian Rocks Beach, special.
Oh,
absolutely special. Clearwater, special.
Absolutely.
Apparently there's an island called Anna Maria Island.
Yes, that is in the Sarasota area. Certainly a beautiful spot just south. Oh, wow. Here's Loudoun once again. Sparrow comes up, and as you said, Ryan, you come up, you better get there. He gets there, and a little bit tangled up now with Hegart, who will not let go of his foot.
Hegart is a feisty customer. Gets tangled with Sparrow, and you don't want to tangle with the bird. Here he comes out of his goal, gets there. Hegart has every right to go for it. He's just... It is like a wrestling match in WWE. Hegart still going.
Chris Hegart on loan from Charlotte FC. 1 goal on the season. Antley letting him have it. I think that's just frustration there. And he's going after everybody.
Yeah. He's going to make sure Connor Sparrow. This is all going to be settled right here. And that's it. Exactly what the referee wanted. See it, Say it, sort it.
A little bit of extra drama there.
Of course.
Sometimes when you're a goal down, just do anything to spark your team, right?
You know, you came up with a great saying about wrestling and life. What was it again? Can you remind me?
We'll discuss later.
Okay. Yes, everyone, it was that special.
Oh, man. WWE is coming in January to Tropicana Field and the Royal Rumble.
It's amazing.
Certainly something we'll talk about. That is during the Rowdies off season, but
would you be hosting?
I'm certainly getting my tickets for that. Force lasso with Jordan Doherty. Antley, Williams will shove from behind. Now will spin around. Oh, good ball. LaCava on top of it. Got poked away. Antley and Williams stay true. Williams, oh, he has battled tonight. Williams takes another shot. And finally, a whistle. He got body checked by Giannis Learman right as he got to the 18-yard box.
And Learman, the former UCF man, is going to go into the box. There it is, number 5. But he's as two-footed as they get right now, Drew. J.J. Williams, he can go right, he can go left. You don't know which foot is his weak foot. This is right foot, cuts back to his left here. Defenders don't know which way to go. He got his shot off in the first half, which got the goal for Carl Jennings. He's an absolute handful right now, J.J. Williams. He can go up in the air and win the headers. He can take defenders on. He can finish. He's pressing high. Everything a forward is asked of, J.J. Williams is delivering.
Yeah, he sucks up defenders, doesn't he? I mean, we had a guy like him in Dos Santos several years back, but what Williams is doing right now, I think, is even greater.
This is the end of his run. The run began even before that. But now, Drew, here's the question. Great position, but it's a little close for the 18-yard box. Hard to get it up and over the wall when it's this close. You may want to go for power. You want Charlie Dennis to drive it. And of course, you want Jake Armand to get some meaningful time.
So the soft feet of Jake Armand make an appearance here in the 66th minute. When he has been healthy, he has been very good.
Of course, Louis Sultan had a great free kick just seconds ago.
Here comes one. They try and blast it through the wall. And the Rowdies will have a corner.
Yep, Louis going for power. Just trying to drive it in that head area.
So this will be corner kick number 4 for Tampa Bay just in this half. Charlie Dennis has been busy. Once again sent in, redirected, and out of bounds.
When those corners are whipped into the near post like that, and a Rowdy gets to it, almost impossible to defend. Look at Carl Jennings flicking it on. And there was Forrest Lasso at the back post, about to nod it in.
Williamson. Lasso staying with him. Hosu over to Rocha. Right side now. Neville. Rowdies crowd into it from the start. Send it across the. Dennis going down. Perhaps an opportunity here. This ball's got a little danger on it. Connor Sparrow douses that flank.
Good effort by Kwanda, trying to be adventurous.
You know, sometimes it can be tough for a crowd to stay in a match when it is low scoring or when there are no goals throughout, but this crowd does not have that problem here at Al Lang. Energizing the Rowdies from start to finish. Jennings has it poked away.
Especially when you have players like J.J. Williams and Carl Jennings taking players on, getting people off of their seats. Just so much fun to look at, and he's having a great time, enjoying his game. He's now the leading scorer with Dikwa at 17 goals in the USL Championship, and this man, 7 assists, leads the team. Wouldn't give him an assist tonight, but he should get one.
Cleveland gets ahead on it. So does Hill. And again, it's right at Williams. And Williams going to get called this time for the foul. So referee Walensky comes over, the enforcer. A little chat with Neville.
Just to give everyone here's JJ Williams. We talked about his pressing. We talked about his defensive abilities that has not bled into his offensive game. JJ Williams scored 12 goals last season. And he has 11 now. I'm sure he's going to want to tie that. There's 7 assists to go along with it.
Cal Jennings trying to get into position. Oh, got it back. Was the recipient that time, was taken down, it appeared, by Rocha. No whistle.
A little 1-2. And Cal Jennings is asking the question. Look at this. He's looking for JJ Williams. 1-2. And look at that. But you have to understand, this is a contact sport. Good defending. Not going to allow Cal Jennings just to run onto those and score.
Well, Tulsa doing their best to stay in it. We're at 96 minutes in, and they just trimmed that lead to 2, rather 1. With the goal, it's 3-2, so make it an interesting. Still appears Pittsburgh is going to come out on top.
A date with destiny in our line. If both of these scores hold up, of course, Pittsburgh will come into this match. Oh,
Lasso now taken down. Getting chippy down there. Williamson, those two have been going at it. A yellow card for Williamson.
Lasso once more. He thinks Williamson came up, studs up, Drew. There's Williamson coming in.
Oh.
The leg did come kind of high. And Forrest Lasso is asking the referee. That is dangerous, but could understand the referee's position.
Brian Martin right now talking with his staff. Hey, is there anything else we can go to here in the remaining time to try and pull level here?
Bench for Loudoun is Wesley Leggett, who's appeared in every match so far this season, and he's 4th in this team in shots. He is forward, number 14. Certainly someone who could come off the bench and give them an extra punch, but you don't want to take off Williamson or Hurgard, who's so instrumental up top.
He's trying to gather it on the far side. Dolgard to Williams. Williams just surrounded by red jerseys. eFootball 2024 is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. Free to play. Download now. eFootball 2024. Love to get on that game and be the Rowdies. See Ralph's mob. Thirsty for another goal here. Stephen Cundiff banging those drums. Here's Loudoun. Oh, taken away by Antley. Roach just waited for it. Dennis looking for Antley again. Now Kawanda. Keep in mind, 2 guys we could see later on in this match. Ariel Martinez, who had a big-time goal to win a game not too long ago. And also Lucky M. Kosana, who has not scored thus far this year, but has he had some really close chances. There's Lucky.
Nothing like some Cuban coffee to finish off a match with. Ariel Martinez. What about the Samba man to the right-hand side? MVP of the USL Championship. He is chomping at the bit to get in.
Wanda sharing it. Hegard. Bryce Washington, the number 27. Playing in the back right now. Rocha. Center circle here.
Rowdies managing the game now. All the players in their own half. If you're a Rowdy, just trying to slow things down, stop the channels, make sure everything goes to the outside, somewhere where Loudoun does not want to go to. They want to come through the middle. And here's the co-captain.
Cole Turner, young man out of Maryland, lots of promise. Learman. Not a lot of opportunities tonight for the team in red. Circling around now, Morris. Turner.
Well, the Rowdies are getting pinned so far back. I don't even see an outlet if they do win the ball. Something you have to pay attention to. You don't want to get pinned too far into your own half.
Here's the opportunity, Lewis Hilton.
Oh, Lewis Hilton, stop it. Just stop it.
Doherty going down hard.
And that's going to be...
And that's Hegard. Remember, he was just roughed up by Connor Sparrow minutes ago, and that's his way of revenge.
But here's Hegard.
Oh, man.
Like forwards are asked to do right now. They have to engage. They have to be the ones putting the tackles in. And Hegard has to be lucky not to get a yellow card for that altercation with Sparrow. That would have been his second yellow card. And Loudoun looks like they're going to the bench.
Jake Morris goes out of the game. We knew that Loudoun still had some strings to pull. Here's one. Wesley Leggett.
Well, this is the guy I was talking about. He's appeared in every match so far this season for Loudoun. And like we said, fourth in shots. So he will have a crack if there's an opening.
Rowdies chasing now. Loudoun playing from the back. Kawanda.
Oh, beautiful ball.
Rowdies have to turn and run. Oh, this one delivered right down the middle. Kleeman on the run. Sparrow again comes up and takes care of it for Tampa Bay. You can save money and earn benefits by jumping on board with 2024 Rowdies season tickets today by going to rowdiesoccer.com or calling 727-222-2000.
I tell you what, that ball by Kawanda into Cole Turner completely opened it up for this man Leggett, the substitute. And look at that, shoulder to shoulder. That is technique by Kleeman. But what a ball by Kawanda to Turner, and then Turner to Leggett. Oof.
th minute. Rowdies on top, courtesy of a goal by Cal Jennings. That has been the scoring in this match. Charlie Dennis trying to figure things out here. Loudoun defense has been certainly very pesky. Not often the Rowdies only score a goal at home. Usually very, very high scoring on their home pitch. Here's Kawanda again. Jennings. Trying to keep it alive any way he can. Doherty.
Well, Drew, I'm going to chalk that up. I'm going to chalk that up to Rowdies having to play a narrow formation. And this, as a Musa Gian, the former Ghanaian captain, 3 World Cups under his belt, of course having a training exhibition right here in the Tampa Bay area. And of course, he's going to make a trip to Al Lang. We're going to find out word if he did sign that contract or not. But looks like football royalty is right here in the fortress of Al Lang. But going back to your question, Drew, I think the Rowdies having to play that compact formation in the first half because of their wide players like Dalgard not being fully fit didn't allow them to play their game for a long period of time. And give credit to Loudoun. They've had 54% of the possession, which has kept the Rowdies on the defensive side more often than not. And then not enough chances being created because Loudoun have kept the ball.
Harvey Neville sends one in. Doherty gets ahead on it. This one from distance, ricocheting. And Loudoun able to keep the possession alive. Loudoun United hoping for some sort of bounce here. Not going to happen this time, but they will have a corner kick coming up in that match we've been telling you about. But that Pittsburgh-Tulsa match, it is a final as Pittsburgh wins it 3-2. So 3 more points for Bob Lilly's squad, setting up quite a showdown here next week. Making it more essential the Rowdies hold on right here, right now.
That's just brilliant by Cleman. Took the ball right to the sidelines and tried to go up the sidelines. And of course, the forward, Williamson, is going to prevent that pass. And Cleman wins a throw-in. It just relieves the pressure for the Rowdies. It allows Doherty now to slow things down, have players push up and get into more attacking positions. And now they can find an outlet to get out.
Try and hit one over the top here. Numbers for Loudoun again. Lasso can just clear it out of bounds.
Again, teasing ball by Landry, making Lasso and Cleman face their own goal to defend.
So it will be Neville delivering. Comes that sea of red, crashing. Cal Jennings. Good job defending. And there you go, a cup of Cuban coffee here, served in the 81st minute. Ariel Martinez, so brilliant in the final minutes. Just a smooth operator in traffic. When things get very hairy, he just has a way of just saying, hey, I got this. Cal Jennings, his night will be done.
Round of applause again. This man scores. You cannot stop him. Didn't get a goal on Wednesday because they decided it was an own goal. But Ariel Martinez is going to provide that outlet for the Rowdies as they get pinned back. He can hold on to the ball and allow players to come around him for the Rowdies to get out of pressured situations when they do win back possession. And of course, just a fresh pair of legs for Cal Jennings, who's run his socks off.
He certainly has. You're right, the short passing game, though, for Loudoun has caused the Rowdies a bit of fits tonight.
The commitment to it, too, the identity of this Loudoun team, not getting away from it.
Kind of lulls you to sleep.
Keep teasing Cleman and Lasso, making sure they're in the passing lanes. And as soon as Cleman touched the ball, Leggett tried to pickpocket him. Now they win a free kick. And guess what, Drew? It's only 1-0. Any number can play, and it's just one goal.
So it's going to be Neville again. Polishing his game. Time off here from Inter Miami. Perfect stage for tonight at Al Lang, 83rd minute. Against the second place team in the East. Line drive this time into the box. Going to be run down here by Rocha. Rocha trying to dial one up. Antley able to block.
Well, Rocha doing the right thing, trying to get the ball right back in with a shot, or a ball just whizzing past the box. Connor Antley, right place, right time, in a more familiar area of the pitch for him, for Antley, knowing exactly where the goal was.
Oof. This one driven in. Rowdies again. And things continue to be a little bit chippy down there. This time it was number 14. That's Wesley Leggett, who recently checked into the game. Actually, Leggett in the starting lineup tonight?
No,
he checked in minutes ago. Yep. As Dickie Law looks on.
He's happy to be back in the country. No doubt got a chance to see some family. But back to work.
Over the top to Dahlgaard. Seb Dahlgaard now with a chance to work. Martinez asking for it. Dahlgaard cut off. Final third has not been the most crisp tonight for the Rowdies, but there's Martinez with those fresh legs. Hilton will spread things around.
Well, even worse news, Seb Dahlgaard is bent over. And that is something the Rowdies do not want to see. He does not look interested. Ball's coming over to his side, and he does not want it. Gingerly walking back to the half line, looking over to the bench. And here's Dahlgaard, yep.
Yeah, certainly wincing in pain there. Saw the expression on his face.
Not engaging, and Rowdies right now down a man on the pitch.
Antley now will settle things. Connor Antley. A lot of possession tonight for number 2. Dennis. Martinez now with Dahlgaard. Dahlgaard will take a little bit of air out of it for Tampa Bay. Well, you can't watch the match. Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk. Plus your live matches from the USL, MLS, English Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app. That USL All Access show Tuesday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern. Certainly want to tune in for that. All things USL Championship. Good friends Mike Watts, Devin Kerr, bringing you all that great information as postseason soccer play is just around the corner.
You can feel it, huh? It's in the air. That fall pumpkin USL Championship playoffs time.
Yep.
It's a beautiful thing.
Can't wait for October. Just a few hours away from it here as Martinez takes a shot and continues to be physical. And now we're going to see Isaac Espinal. See the young faces of this Loudoun franchise making an appearance. Thomas Williamson, his night is done.
Well, the future is here. And this Loudoun team so committed to having young players on their squad, playing in that very exciting brand of football.
Touchdown out of bounds by Tampa Bay. Saw Ryan Martin say, come on, let's go. Loudoun wants as many chances as possible here down the stretch.
So it looks like Rowdies got a free kick. This is a chance for them, again, try to hold some possession. Loudoun have to get possession back to try to get a goal. It would be in Rowdies' best interest to maybe play the ball backwards and have Loudoun try to earn that possession back.
Connor Sparrow gives it a ride. Williams heads it, ball goes out of bounds. Once again, both teams kind of struggling here in possession.
A little bit of fatigue right now. JJ Williams had a great game again. There's Leo Fernandez.
Gotta ask you, Ryan, down the stretch here, Leo Fernandez.
Yep.
How should the Rowdies go about his health, his usage? Obviously, he's probably ready to go. Maybe not 100%. How far do you wait? You save him for the postseason. How do you handle Leo?
I think Leo Fernandez has to be the one to tell you when. When you play this game, like in other sports, it is the small twitch movements of the muscle, not the long stride that goes up and down the field. It is the shiftiness and the turning and the balance on one foot to another. That's what makes the difference of can you go or can you not go. It's not the regular stride with the ball. It's the turning under pressure when somebody's trying to throw you off of your balance while you try to control the ball. It is the small muscle fibers is what you have to pay attention to. And only the player can let you know after practicing under duress in a combative sort of environment, in scrimmage, he can then let you know if he's ready to go or not. If anybody wants to book appointments for Ryan Davis, MD, please call this number down below.
Well, certainly it's a fitness thing, but it is a feel thing.
Very much so.
Good to see, though. Leo is not just a guy who is just all of a sudden miraculously gotten healthy. He has worked towards it.
Yes.
Made great strides, and he is in position to get back on the field this season. When that time comes, we're just not 100% sure. Could very well happen next week in that Pittsburgh match. And oh, wouldn't that be something? Dahlgaard, nice job spinning around. Ariel Martinez now attacking for the Rowdies. This ball going to be deflected and a corner kick coming up. So Bryce Washington able to get in front of Martinez that time.
Well, you want Cuban coffee? Here it comes. Right down your throat. Great tackle in the end to save Faro. But Ariel Martinez, as soon as he sees that 18-yard line, he's going to have a go, like any forward should.
Four minutes extra time now, kicking it off. Lewis Hilton from the corner for Tampa Bay. Rowdies want to leave here with at least another goal. This ball's got great curl. Kleeman airborne, colliding with the keeper. And I mean really colliding that time with Farouk.
Yep, Kleeman has every right to get pushed and shoved from the Loudoun faithful. Had every right to go for the ball, but that was a lot of contact on Farouk.
Oh, this one's going to get away. Tampa Bay's going to have numbers here. It's going to be Charlie Dennis. Dennis with the right foot, right at Farouk. J.J. Williams.
J.J. Williams is appealing to the referee that Farouk took the ball past the 18-yard line with the ball in his hand.
Oh. Rowdies now, bit of scramble mode. See how Loudoun handles it, just can feel.
Still 1-0, Drew. That's all it is.
Both teams will pick up the pace here for sure. Neville trying to get to it on that touchline. Here comes that service. No damage done. Dennis collecting.
Oh.
There's Williams. Little flick back to Dennis. Look out, here comes Tampa Bay. Charlie Dennis trying to work a shot. Missiles it just to the right.
That touch by J.J. Williams. No wonder he has 7 assists. But Charlie Dennis doesn't know where to go, so J.J. Williams has to come around the back door. At this point, the defenders were closing in. So Dennis had to get rid of it. Great attempt, but what a flick by Williams to create that play.
Rowdies trying to nurse here a 1-goal lead, but showing no signs of just sitting back and taking it. They want to double that lead here. Loudoun trying to equalize. Haggard. Ball sent up. Sparrow. Haggard got caught in an exchange once more.
Haggard has run his socks off as well. Yep, he has no more energy.
See the fitness level of Antley, though. It is special.
Again, it's time to manage a game. If you're Lewis Hilton, have to make some just easy lateral passes. Dalgard now playing injured. Remember, he's not going to get past walking pace.
Oh, that ball barely gets through. It was a big pass for the Rowdies. Hilton directing traffic now. Here comes Antley. Antley sliding it. Dennis! Score! And wave it off, and offside going to be called by the near judge.
It looks like it was Connor Antley who got past.
Oh.
It was Kawanda. He ran past Kawanda before Lewis Hilton could get the ball off and ran offside.
Rowdies fans wanted to take another one home with them. Williams. Tampa Bay not done yet. Oh, open net. Tried to catch Fadu napping that time.
Speaking about Rowdies fans wanting to get another one, did the USL fan ever deliver back that select ball that went over to the crowd?
I don't know. Got to check on that. He's probably home right now with it.
You think he hit it under his shirt?
Entertaining soccer here in the final minutes. Tampa Bay and Loudoun. Credit Loudoun. They gave the Rowdies all they could handle, but Tampa Bay will come through with a 1-0 victory. Head coach Nicky Law back here at Al Lang, and his team serves up 3 more for the home side. Cal Jennings, the man of the moment. Once again, this guy continues to have a season for the ages. We'll wrap this one up. Look forward to next week. Here from Al Lang Stadium, more Rowdies after this.
Imagine a company steeped in heritage, innovating into the promise of what the future can bring, like a phoenix helping others find prosperity. Sagicor's brand, the wisdom to help people make solid financial decisions, and the compassion to do good for society and those in need. Life insurance and annuities from Sagicor show your partner, family, and loved ones just how much you care about their financial security. Sagicor, wise financial thinking for life.
Rowdies get a 1-0 victory. Their 8th straight over Loudoun United. Tonight under the lights of Al Lang. Got everything they could handle and more. It was a tight contest throughout as Loudoun came to play. Hegart brought it with the visiting side, and they threatened. They constantly knocked on the door early, but Tampa Bay's defense held up. J.J. Williams held up as well, and Cal Jennings, how does he get this angle and this goal on the rebound?
Well, the shot was magnificent, the save was magnificent, but what about this follow-up? No angle, no daylight Drew to work with, and he still gets it in the back of the net. There's Rocha, the shot. Connor Antley back in his familiar right wing back position. Knows exactly where the goal is. But I tell you what, this Loudoun United team gave the Rowdies everything they could handle. And there's Steve Cundriff in the shape of a bunny, beating the drum.
Saw that for Lewis Hilton. Next week, keep in mind, Connor Antley will make his 100th appearance here for the Rowdies. There's the numbers. Possession, cut it in half, right down the middle. Corner kicks, Rowdies with a slight edge. Yellow cards. Loudoun, they dished it out tonight on Tampa Bay.
Yes, Loudoun are top 5 in yellow cards for the entire league, so they're a very physical team. But what about shots? 15-9, shots on target, 5-0. It shows how efficient the Rowdies are when they do get into that last third of the field.
I would credit the Tampa Bay defense in the second half. Really showed out, I think.
Change of formation. They got away from Doherty and Connor Antley being right and left back. They went back to 3 at the back, which is Doherty, Lasso, and Kleeman, and it tidied everything up.
Take a look at the remaining schedule for Tampa Bay. Lots to look forward to. They get the 3 points tonight. Next week, Pittsburgh Riverhounds come to town. Remember, if the Rowdies win that match, they will tie up Pittsburgh, make things really interesting. And then Lou City. That game could also tell the story on the road at the very end of the year.
Well, Pittsburgh for all the marbles, and then you have to go to Lou City against your rivals, Lou City, in which the Rowdies have locked horns with them every year in the playoffs. And what about October 21st? Salivating at the mouth. Eastern Conference quarterfinals, Rowdies right back where they belong.
Book your first round playoff date right there. We are going to be at home for sure on October 21st. Hope you join us for the ride throughout the postseason here at Al Lang Stadium. And hope you enjoyed tonight. Everybody, it was a thrill bringing our coverage to you once again. Our phenomenal crew continues to put in the work. And we love watching our Tampa Bay Rowdies. 1-0 the final. Tampa Bay gets another 3 with Nicky Law back here at Al Lang. For Ryan Davis and our phenomenal crew, I'm Drew Felios saying so long. Rowdies win. Have a great rest of your weekend.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.